Hello, this is Erin with the Joy in Pens and Paper, and this video is a 3 Inks Thursday video, and we are on number 16. In a 3 Inks video, what I do is I take 3 inks, I compare it on 3 different papers with 3 different nib sizes, and we look at it, think about it, maybe talk about it. This week, the 3 inks that I chose are all murky colors, so that I had asked if anyone had any requests. This is one of the requests that came about. So the 3 colors are Colorverse Taepyeong Seongdae. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and I will not be saying it again this video. The next is Robert Oster Muddy Bucket. And the last is Ferris Wheel Press Goose Poupon. These should all be disgusting, muddy, murky colors, and we're going to love it. The paper is Life Bank paper, Clairefontaine, Rhodia paper, and Tomoe River, which is the paper within this Galen Leather Co. Everyday Notebook. And the 3 pens that I will be using are all TWSBI Go's, and I have a fine, medium, and stub nib. I will further be using a Kakimori brass nib pen to do the ink swatches, and additionally I do have an Inkapet that is a little pirate. Here's his little belt that will be holding the samples so that I do not make a mess. I do not have a pre-planned order. Apologies, my dog is running around this room, living her best life. So we're just swatching to enjoy the murkiness. There are also, none of these inks are shimmer inks. Trying to try holding the vial a different way, so I'm holding it a little bit sideways, just so I don't get as much ink on the edges of, or the handle of the Kakimori nib. However, I'm not getting enough ink on the nib when I do it that way, so lesson learned. All right, so with the fine nib, I will write the ink brand. So this is Colorverse, and I'll give it a quick rinse, and then I am placing it nib side on a white t-shirt. And I've got to use the file for the spelling. I love this color. And then with the stub nib, I just do some uppercase and lowercase letters. I'm not dipping these nearly far enough. I don't know why. Oh, and I do have, I don't think I said this at the beginning, I have a mason jar with water that I use to clean off my writing tools. All right, we will do Robert Oster Muddy Bucket. Oh, yes. Love that bright yuckiness. And this is a well lubricated ink. That is fun. This would be a good match for, I keep almost capping it, goodness, for my Pelikan M400 white tortoise shell. So again, Robert Oster is the brand. And the ink name is Muddy Bucket. Now he has a whole muddy line, which quite frankly, I just probably should get. Alright, cap that. And lastly, we have the Ferris Wheel Press. Now, an ink that's on my wish list to try, and if you have it and you would like to do an ink swap, please let me know. I'd be very interested in that. There is a little hair in there. I'm not going to be able to get it. Oh no. I have little scissors. Let me just put that in Inkapet. Let's see if I can get that up. Nope, not gonna be able to. Done trying. Okay, because now I'm damaging the paper. So an ink that I would really like to try is the Ferris Wheel Press Queen and Castle, which I think, if I remember correctly, that the Ferris Wheel Press Queen and Castle is Goose Poupon with shimmer. But I could be wrong. Whoops. I have a love-hate relationship with the name Goose Poupon. It's so fascinating. It's such a gross, such a gross name. For me, I conjure up images that are not pleasant. Okay. Oh, look at this. Look at this loveliness. Everything about this I love. I love. I love murky colors. I love the browns. I love the greens. And now you put them all together. And these are three absolutely beautiful colors that I just want to ink up in all the pens. I think September, if I don't do a Sailor September, which was for me inspired by Manda from Inksplat, then I'm going to do a murky September, and this will be what I do. So let's look at these across the different papers. Interestingly, the Tomoe River is coming up much smoother than the other papers where you're not seeing the strokes of the Kakimori nib, which are much more pronounced in the bank paper and a little bit in the Clairefontaine. As per usual, what I'm seeing in the trend here is a lot of times the Clairefontaine does really fun things with the shading, which you see here in the Colorverse and the Ferris Wheel Press ink. The Robert Oster Muddy Bucket does not have any shading on the bank paper or the Clairefontaine, but it has a little bit on the Tomoe River. And this is ultimately why I really love doing this process, to really get to know these inks on different papers. In terms of color, I think the Goose Poupon, you're seeing the biggest color differentiation amongst the three papers. You've got it's the lightest on the bank paper, it's kind of a medium on Clairefontaine, and then it's definitely darker. And you're getting a little bit more of this kind of army green as opposed to this golden, yellowy green on the Tomoe River. Similar, the Colorverse ink is a lot darker on the Clairefontaine and Tomoe River than it is on the bank paper. It's a little bit lighter on the bank paper for the Robert Oster Muddy Bucket as well. So what we're learning from these colors is the ink is going to be a little bit brighter of a color, a little lighter on the bank paper, darker on the Tomoe River. You're going to get your biggest bang for your buck with shading on the Clairefontaine and Tomoe River compared to the bank paper. And all three of these are inks that I want to ink up as soon as possible. I am just loving these inks, and all of them were obtained through ink swaps. So thank you to those viewers that did ink swaps with me. I love doing ink swaps. I think it's a really nice way to share as well as to try out some new inks. So those are the 3 inks for this week. Thank you for watching. If you are not subscribed, please just take a moment and subscribe. It takes very little effort to click that button. Give it a like if you found this interesting, and leave a comment if you have a request for what you would like to see in an upcoming 3 inks. All right, bye.